Hello everyone and welcome back to my garden. I'm a bit behind on the videos, so I'm actually only doing this video at the start of September, but this was the garden and how it looked at the start of July. Just very summery looking back on it now. My early sprouting broccoli seeds sprouted and were coming on quite nicely. For something that I've never grown before, I was quite impressed. These are the giant Scabious seeds. I actually planted this whole tray, but only 5 of them actually grew. So that was a good experiment to do, and we'll see how they get on. And I actually can't even remember what this is. Oh, hold on. Forget me not. Because I really want that to be in the garden in spring. Sorry, this is the thing, I couldn't remember what I planted in here. And this is basil I bought from the shop and just divided up. My dahlias were looking really, really good. I'm really happy with how these flowers turned out. And I planted this rose from my mum. It's called Francis E. Lester and has a very strong scent, so hopefully it'll be lovely next year. My green beans were settling in nicely, and I was waiting for some other things to come on in pots like dahlias and foxgloves and the sunflower in the back, the tall thing. And yeah, just patiently waiting. My clematis I bought earlier this year is flowering. I love the shape of these flowers, they're really cute, aren't they? It was a very, very dry July, very little rain, and it really wasn't great for the garden. The cosmos that I sowed though were looking really nice actually when they flowered. And then I had my first green bean not long after putting them in the ground, very exciting. Felt like a little producer. Or small producer, so they were actually really nice. I cooked them, I steamed them, and I did them with butter and garlic, and they were really good. As I was saying, the summer was very, very hot and dry, which is unusual for Ireland. You can see here the temperature in the greenhouse, so the tomatoes were happy. In fairness, looking back on this now, we had so many tomatoes, and it was a really good result for plants that I've grown from seed, which I've never actually done before. I actually learned recently that when they have the lines along the bottom, it's called like this. It's called a cat's eye apparently. I had no idea, and I have no idea really what causes it. The Thalictrum that I bought looks really pretty in the front garden. I'm really happy with the decision to buy it, so I think I will buy more next year. I love how the water sits on the foliage of this lady's mantle. I also saw these delphiniums, and they kind of fit with my wedding garden bouquet idea, so I got some. They're actually quite nice plants. I don't have the bed ready at all, but hopefully in the autumn I will get the chance to do it and put these in the ground so they can have a bit of time to get going before next year. I also fulfilled my notion of wanting a little container pond. I found this sink on Dundeal and I bought it impulsively, and I have no idea where to put it now, but it's just sitting here for the moment for when I do realise where I want it to go. It's really heavy actually. After a week or two, the rose that I planted really started to take off. I've no idea what it's going to be like, but hopefully it'll be nice. I also wanted to grow some stuff kind of for the winter, so I'm trying out some turnips These are called Hellenor, the variety. I said I'd do another lot of beetroot, so I did up a tray of that, and I still have some left of the same variety, so I know they're nice. I potted on my early sprouting broccoli, and they're looking pretty good, I think. And yeah, we're just going to see how they get on. Hopefully all will be well. These are the giant Scabious that I potted on. They're still in these pots. They're doing okay, to be honest. They're only alright, but we'll see if they get through the winter. And as July passed, we finally had the beginning of the ripening of the tomatoes. It was very anticipated event, and I got my first proper harvest of French beans. I was so excited about this. They're such an easy vegetable to grow. I really recommend them to anyone. I know the dog kept thinking that the seed packets were treats, so I had to shut him out of the greenhouse while I was planting up these trays. I decided I wanted something hardy for outdoors in the winter, so I got this nice kale, and I loved these Canterbury Bells in the garden this year, so I did a tray of them too. So hopefully these will come on and we'll be laughing. These are my turnips. They sprouted very quickly, actually. I was very impressed. And I then got a second harvest of my French beans. They're such easy veg to grow. I think anyone should do them if they're looking to try to get into veggies. I started to lay out the idea of my wedding garden or wedding bouquet garden with the hose here. I'm thinking like something this shape maybe. Or I might make this line here where Monty is kind of the opposite, is a convex. Something like that, full of roses and delphiniums and things. And then finally, the tomatoes started to ripen. Look at these. Look at them. They are just stunning. It was very, very exciting. Now, in fairness, I got gifted these particular tomatoes by someone. I didn't grow them 100% myself from seed. But even still. And now I did grow these 100% from seed, my beefsteaks, and look at them, they're ripening. So exciting. I saw this cool idea in a magazine, and Adam really loves the 2 grapevines that we have in the garden that are left over from the previous tenants, and I don't want to get rid of them because of that, but I don't really know what to do with them, and they're not really in the right place, and I don't know if they will transplant well. But I just said to myself, oh, I saw this and I thought maybe that could be a nice idea if they do transplant well, but I don't know if they do. I really don't know. Like, for me, it's just more straightforward just to get rid of them. But he likes them so much that I feel bad doing it. So, I don't know. If anyone has any ideas about what I could do with a grapevine, let me know. I would appreciate it. Coming towards the end of July, my asters started to flower. This is Monch is the variety. It's really pretty. My beefsteak tomatoes actually fully ripened. I'm so impressed with myself. They were so good. They're so nice in like sandwiches. I will 100% grow these again. And yes, so this is the end of July in the garden. It's looking really pretty and really nice. I'm having to do a lot of watering, unfortunately, which isn't ideal just due to the weather. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.